So take what you need and move along. And pretty little gypsy, you're on fire. I'm sorry that you missed me. I could have taken you higher.
What's up, guys? Welcome into Cavemen Media Podcast. We're here in the poker room once again. We're at episode 8 now. We appreciate you guys following the show. A lot of good feedback this past week on the show. It just keeps growing, it feels like. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy it for you guys. We enjoy it for ourselves. Most importantly, we hope that you guys can keep following the show and have fun with it. We love the feedback and hope it all continues. With that, let's jump right into the show.
Let's go, baby.
Joined by my little brother here, Connor Gray, in his Blue Jackets gear from head to toe.
Yep.
After the big W last night in Game 1.
Big game.
Joined by his best friend and my friend.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. The man, Jordan Lease, at Jordan Lease on Twitter and Instagram. What's going on, guys?
Oh, it's the most best time of the year. We got NHL playoffs starting.
Party's still racing from that game last night.
Yeah, me too. Like, what were we down? Like 3-0, and then we come back
3-0 in the first period.
Yeah, I had both TVs going at the same time with the Reds game and the Jackets game. Watching the Reds, it's like 0-0 for most of the part of the game, and then Blue Jackets, it's just like 3-zip off the bat, and I'm like, oh, shit.
It's a bad night to have people over.
I got a couple friends over, pizza and wings, beer on the way, and I'm like, damn, Blue Jackets are getting whooped right off the bat. Game 1.
Well, guys, thanks all for coming by. I'm sorry this game lasted like one period.
My friend that came over, Matt, he's a big Tampa fan. He's a Lightning fan, just like your guys' friend Kyle. Mm-hmm. And so he's loving it. And it gets, Jackets scored 1. It's like 3-1 for a while, 3-2, and then it jumps up 3-3. I'm like, did they just score again? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, Matt, I'll bet you right now $20 Jackets are going to win. He's like, I'll take it. I'm like, all right, $20.
That is a very stupid bet on his part.
Yeah. Jackets had all the momentum going the Jackets' way.
Yeah, so let's start from the beginning.
Yeah, go ahead, dive in, hockey guy.
First period, go down 3-0 in very, very good fashion. Well, bad fashion on our part. But Tampa, they looked like the number one team.
Like quick 3-0.
Yeah, they looked like the number one team as they are.
They looked like they were just like keeping it moving. Another day at the office.
Right. But then you go into the first intermission. Torts gives a very, very good speech. Did you guys happen to hear that?
I did not know.
He was fired up, man, yelling at him, talking about it's all in the mindset. He said, it's the fucking mindset. You gotta fucking believe. And they tweeted it out this morning. They said, find a wall and run through it with that video.
I thought about it really well.
Yeah, well, that speech worked.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
after the intermission, they come back out. Bob stands on his head, makes some incredible saves that second period. And I think that's what kept us in the game. Because if there was 2 saves that he made that were incredible. And if he would have gave those up, it's 5-0 and the game's over.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Jackets are like the lowest seed in the conference, right?
Yeah, we were the second wild card.
And then Tampa's number 1.
Yep.
Okay.
So, third period, we score 1 goal. So, it's 3-1 going in the second intermission. Come back out, third period. Played incredible both in the second and third period.
Right.
We score again in the second period, and then we get that shorthanded goal to tie it up, which I was going crazy at that point. And that's when you made that bet.
Yeah.
Him watching that game, seeing how the Jackets are playing at that point, and makes that bet, a horrible bet.
He
deserved at least support his team, I guess. I don't know. He felt like he needed to support his team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I threw 20 on it, and I got $20 richer by the end of the night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that game was awesome.
So we jumped right over our first topic, which was March Madness. So we'll just get back to that. While we're in hockey, let's just dive right into it.
We'll go through all the games.
Yeah, obviously the Jackets, they played last night, Game 1 in Tampa, down 3-0, came back 1-4-3. Myself, Vegas Knights fan, we fell 5-2 in San Jose.
5-2.
So, I mean, obviously I didn't stay up for that. It was friggin' 10:30 before I started. But
a fan right there.
Took an L. It's early though. Still early. Yes. Got 7 games to play.
It's only 1 game.
Did you both happen to catch the highlights for the Islanders Penguins game?
I heard it was crazy.
Yeah, went to overtime.
Went to overtime.
Islanders ended up winning 4-3.
They had a lead, and then Pittsburgh came back or something like that.
I didn't watch the whole game, but
I just saw the highlights in between of the Jackets game.
Yeah, I saw the highlights, saw one in overtime, and I was like, wait, Pittsburgh fell?
Yeah. So that was a good game.
Yep.
They were flashing back and forth between that game and the Jackets game in between intermissions. You probably watched it on Fox Sports Ohio, so you didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so a lot of good hockey last night. Like I said, I posted on Twitter last night. I'm not a big hockey guy. Like I didn't watch many games. I watched a few games this year throughout the season with the Blue Jackets because they're on locally. Really got into it last year with the Knights being their first season. I lived in Vegas. I was like, I'm going to claim them as my hockey team. What do you know? Make it to the Stanley Cup first season.
Some bullshit.
Ended up losing to the Capitals, which is fine. They deserved it. They're the better team. Ovechkin, he's a crazy guy. That guy's crazy.
Yeah, he is.
There's only one thing you need to understand about hockey: that there's a difference between hockey and playoff hockey.
There is. There really is.
Playoff hockey is what I live for.
I'm all in on these playoffs.
It's the greatest playoffs in the history of playoffs.
There's a few games tonight. Obviously, none of our teams played because they played last night, but I'm going to watch a little bit of hockey tonight just to see what's going on, just so I understand what's going on. And I look forward to watching the games tomorrow with the Jackets and the Knights play again.
Yep, play again tomorrow at 7.
Well, for you guys, that'll be today. But
yeah, Game 3 on Sunday. Me and Kyle are actually going to be there
in Columbus. So Matt, who I bet last night, Tampa fan, he's going to Game 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was that on Tuesday?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that. So when did you guys?
So tonight, you got the Leafs against the Bruins. That's on now. Bruins up 1. You got the Caps against the Canes, and then Avalanche against the Flames.
So I'm a Knights fan. And I like the Blue Jackets, obviously, locally. I also like to root for Nashville. I feel like their games are crazy.
I consider that my second team just because Tennessee.
It just looks on TV. It just looks like that's a hostile environment to play in. I mean, they throw fish on the ice. They drink beer out of the fish. Like they're just nuts.
Have you seen the Tennessee Titans linemen?
Yeah,
chugging
beer in the stands. They're crazy.
It's awesome.
They lost last night too, I think.
Yeah, they did. They lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think
which is rough because I have them in the finals this year.
So we did our bracket. We got like 8 to 10 people in there or something.
Yeah, we got like 10 people.
Yeah,
it was short notice.
It was a very short notice.
It's like a last minute thing we put together.
It's gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah,
very competitive. Like out of the 8 to 10 people we got, only 2 people didn't pick Tampa.
Yeah, I picked Tampa, which just because they look very good on paper.
Yeah,
After last night, though, I should have picked Columbus.
I got the Knights. Obviously, we're down 1-0, but I think the Jackets, that momentum last night, that could be. I just huge. Want to get to as a sports fan. I'm not a big hockey fan. I don't know all the details, but just as a sports fan, and that momentum they took into that third period, and that they're going to take into Game 2. And then bring it home into Columbus. I think that's scary for Tampa being the favorite.
It will be. It's crazy too because like every time we go down to Florida, I always end up going to a Tampa game, and then every time we want to see a hockey game, short drive up to Columbus, and it's just weird because like I've seen both these teams play for like a few years now, and it's just cool to see them both in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's cool since Kyle likes them, and that's Columbus is my team, obviously. They're going at it.
Yeah, the first round.
It's fun.
So, obviously, we skipped our first topic, which we needed to cover with March Madness. So, ended this past week. The Final Four on Saturday, and then the championship game on Monday. And what a weekend it was with the Final Four on Monday. All good games. Very, very controversial, I must say.
I got to be honest. I did not watch the championship game.
What?
I watched for like 5 minutes in like the second half.
It was a good game. It was close throughout the game.
I watched the final moments when
Virginia led. So I watched the whole game start to finish, overtime every second. I had $50 on it, so I was all in.
Did you win?
I did win. I had Virginia. I bet Matt. So he's 0-2. He's 0-2 against me. So
talk about a comeback for them. Last year being eliminated first round. First number 1 team to lose, and then next year you come back and win it all.
Yeah, crazy.
Can't make that
comeback story. So, yeah, Virginia led most of the way through the game, and then Tech came back, tied it up, took the lead at the end. I think they were up by 4 with like 17 seconds left or something crazy like that. Couple threes, free throws, fouls down the stretch. Virginia got it to overtime, and then Virginia just ran away in overtime. But it was a great game. Virginia, congrats on the big win. And congrats to our winner of our Cavemen Media Bracket Challenge. Ooh. Tate, let me see if I can get this right. Tate Resenbrick. Don't know. Appreciate you joining the group. We exchanged DMs on Twitter. So we're gonna get him his $50 Amazon gift card. Congrats, we appreciate you. Hope you follow the show.
Let's go.
And congrats to that. Congrats to the Virginia Cavaliers.
Yeah, and to the guy on Twitter.
Oh,
who's,
the second place guy.
Yeah, the second place guy who keeps messaging us and tweeting at us asking what he has to do to claim the prize.
Well, you have to finish first.
Yeah,
let's get the background story. So this guy on Twitter, he messaged the group at Cavemen Media on Twitter. Follow us. He sent us a tweet and said, "Hey guys, not sure what happened, but I finished second in the group. Just let me know what I got to do." But you gotta do better. I don't know what else to tell you, bud.
Actually, fine print. You had to win to get the prize.
You had to get first. If you're not first, you're last. We appreciate you following along with the show on Twitter and joining our group. However, we only paid first place, $50 Amazon gift card, like I said. We appreciate the effort. And then he followed up a couple days later and said, "Hey, if first place doesn't claim, let me know." Well, he claimed.
He did claim.
He definitely claimed.
Yep.
But hey, we appreciate you joining the group. But like I said, if you're not first, you're last.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Yeah, hopefully you join next year. So yeah, we'll cut off March Madness there. College basketball over. Look forward to next year.
And March Madness on this show.
All right.
Until next March. So
let the countdown begin.
Next we got the Reds.
Let's talk about them Red
I'd love
Legs.
to start this off. It's been a little bit of time now since this happened. But Yasiel Puig beat the shit
fight
out of the entire Pittsburgh team.
Yeah, so you saw that picture, of like a couple of the Reds players trying to hold him back, and just the entire Pirates team just coming at him.
Defensive end.
Oh yeah, definitely could play D-line in the NFL. So yeah, I was in the big fight. It started with Dietrich hit that home run into the lake in Pittsburgh, into the river.
What a bomb, by the way.
It was a bomb. Don't get me wrong, it was a bomb. And he watched it go until it splashed into the river, and then he ran those bases. So obviously that's gonna start something. No matter if you're a fan of him in the Reds or not, that's gonna start some stuff.
Right.
So his next at bat, they drill him, or they throw it behind him.
Yeah, they missed him.
So the pitcher's so bad he throws it behind him, and then just benches clear brawl. Well, it started with Bell. The manager came out. And he started yelling at the ump, and then one thing led to another. Bullpens are clearing, and
that's always the best part. Just watching those guys run in all the way.
You think it's over? Like Votto's got Votto.
Dude, he was like bear hugging him the entire time. Like
Votto's holding down Puig, and then Melky Cabrera of Pittsburgh's like also talking Puig down, probably speaking Spanish or something back and forth, and telling him like, "Hey man, it's okay." Next thing you know, Puig just breaks away from the pack. Tucker Barnhart tries to stop him, and he just. He doesn't. Puig's a big guy. So, yeah. Puig got suspended 2 games. Bell got suspended 2 games. That was an interesting scene. I look forward to the next time we play Pittsburgh. It's going to be interesting.
Pretty sure Bell just got the 1 game.
No, we lost. Did he only get 1?
Yeah,
Puig got 2?
Yeah, Puig got 2.
So we ended up losing the game. We got swept by Pittsburgh and went on an 8-game losing streak since we started the season. Started the season 1-8. Terrible. And then next thing you know, we sweep the Marlins. We're 4-8. Finished the sweep off.
Had a game where we won 14-0.
14-0, and then a close game on would have been Wednesday night, 2-1. Couple home runs in the bottom of the 8th, and then win on Thursday day games to end the series 5-0. So we're at 4-8. We're still 4 games under 500, but I think we're just fine. Tough schedule coming up though. Have you seen the schedule coming up at all? Either of you guys?
Nope.
Got the Cardinals, like 2 series against the Cardinals, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, all who have winning records, starting the season hot. So it's a tough stretch that we're about to go through the next 15 or so games, but the Reds have not played to their potential until these last few games. So I look forward to the rest of the season. I think we're going to turn around. We're going to get to 500 and go from there. They're really starting to hit the ball.
Rough start, but nowhere to go but up.
Right.
Let's get it, Regulate.
Yeah, it cannot get much worse than the start of the season. So
I was a little worried, man. That's how they started the season last year. Ended up starting season 3-21 last year. So I was like, great, here we go again. Awesome. But hey, we can turn around. Puig got a big hit today to really extend the lead. It was a 2-run double.
We won 5-0 today.
5-0. Pitching's coming around. Castillo's dealing. He's had 3 starts this season so far. 8 strikeouts, no more than a run. Like his ERA is like .68 or something like that. Crazy. Sonny Gray pitched today, his second consecutive awesome quality start. So, Reds are looking up.
Hell yeah. All right. You ready, Jordan?
Here we go. Let me give a quick intro to this. Just give the back. I'll give the backstory, and I'll just sit back and I'll let Jordan handle this. So, for those of you that don't know, MyBookie is a online sports gambling site.
This is not an ad, by the way.
This is not an ad whatsoever. Not an ad. Let me explain. So it's mybookie.ag if you're interested. You can type it in. You can go on Twitter, just type in MyBookie, and you'll get updated on what's going on with them. Yeah. So I heard of MyBookie a few months ago. I was a little sketched on it. I don't know about gambling online and putting my credit card in and all this stuff. It's offshores and stuff like that. So I didn't do it. And then I started listening to the Pat McAfee show, Barstool. It's an official sponsor of them. So I was like, all right, if these guys do it, then I can do it. So I put $50 here and there, bet on a game, I don't have any money in the account right now, so I'm in the clear. Sorry, Jordan.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm in the clear right now. But so what's going on is Dave Portnoy, president of Barstool, he tried to get paid out. He said it was a scam. I don't know the full backstory, but in all, they screwed him. They've screwed a lot of people out of money, supposedly, allegedly, I guess you could say.
Oh, not allegedly.
Big hashtag going around, MyBookie is a scam. So then when Dave Portnoy, president of Barstool, said that, Pat McAfee, he came out and suspended their ads. And I guess there's a lot of stories out there of these rollovers and the bonuses and all this stuff. So in a lot of scenarios, you put in, say, $500, you enter in the promo code, they double your money. So now you have $1,000. Or say you put in $1,000, you get $2,000. So now you got $2,000 sitting in your account. You're betting, you're playing, you win a little bit. You want to cash out? No, you can't cash out. Mm-hmm. You have to wager, whether you win or lose, you have to wager 10 times the amount that you put in, including that bonus. So if you have $2,000 in your account after the bonus, you have to wager $20,000 before you can pay out any money.
You would have to bet $20,000 on anything.
Like $50 here, $100 there.
Before you can even withdraw
any amount of money. And then it charges you a fee, a healthy fee.
A healthy fee
if you wanted
just to withdraw.
Just to take out your own money. So
what a company.
Now I get it here, I lived in Vegas with your bonus play. You gotta do some stuff to get the bonus. It's not just free money.
Yeah,
right. But
having
10 times the amount,
$20,000 to take
ridiculous.
Out however
you
much.
put in $1,000. They give you $1,000, but hold on, you gotta wait. You gotta bet $20,000 before you can touch your money. Not even $100 can you pull out. Nothing.
So what happened, Jordan?
All right, Jordan. The floor is yours.
To really start this story, I have to go back to the beginning. And, I'm not really mad at Pat here because Pat is sponsored. Well, he was sponsored by MyBookie. And back in October, they did a special. They will match anything you deposit up to $1,000, 100%. Now it's 50%. They'll match up to $1,000, but back then it was $100. So I had a little bit of money saved up, and I did a little bit of research, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll just put the $1,000 in I saved for my trip this upcoming summer, and I'll just play it. Put it in, no problems at all, no annoying pop-up ads. We'll get to that in a minute. And just made it on a bet, doubled my money.
So hold on, you put in $1,000 and they gave you $1,000?
No, basically what happened was I put it in, I did it, the $1,000 bonus.
So they did give it to me,
and I used it on a bet.
Yeah, all 2,000.
Okay, I get it.
No, I used just one.
Oh, okay.
1,000. Because I was like, if I lose the bet, then I can just pull out my 1,000.
Yeah. So he got a free bet of $1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
With a free bet, you don't get the $1,000. You only get the winnings.
Yeah.
So he won, say, 900 and some 910 or something like that.
After tax and all that, including the healthy withdrawal fee, it'd probably been about like $900. Which that's a win. That's good money to go on vacation for, and I was excited about it. But when I went to withdraw it back in October, I didn't have a lot of things for a wire transfer. I had to go to the bank. So I put it off a few weeks, finally get it all, come back. And then this is the first time I hear about a rollover on here. And then it tells me I have to play $1,500 on bets. Not really excited about it, but you know what? It is what it is. So I decide because I'm not really like a guy that likes to bet on all sports. I just like to bet on like NBA playoffs and college football. So I was like, I'll just wait till the playoffs and I'll make bets. And then we fast forward to now, and then you tell me what's going on with my
I'm
bookie.
scrolling through Twitter and I see Dave Portnoy, and then I see Pat, and I'm like, holy crap. So I'm reading all the comments and all these people coming forward and messaging Pat, messaging MyBookie, messaging Dave Portnoy, and just all this stuff about how they got screwed on their payouts and all these rollovers. So I'm like screenshotting, I'm sending it to Matt, I'm sending it to Jordan, and Jordan got the hose.
Oh, they got me pretty
Dude,
good.
that Twitter conversation with the customer service or whoever runs
Oh,
their
I'm
Twitter
gonna read
account.
that here in a minute.
So
funny.
yeah, you messaged.
So funny.
You messaged MyBookie. That's a big thing with MyBookie. You message them, you DM them, you tweet at
I'm
them.
getting a little bit ahead of the story here, because like I haven't gotten to the point. Like when you told me about the money, I went and tried to withdraw one more time. And I knew I was gonna have the rollover. I was expecting it to pop up. Oh, you guys play $1,500. I'd have been all right with that. This is where it gets me. And then it comes up saying I have to play $20,000 worth of money before I can do any type of withdrawal. And then this thing pops up explaining how it's like 10 times because of the promo code. I was like, now, if I would have saw this before I made the bet, chances are I wouldn't have given my bookie my money.
Right.
Like, and this is where it gets complicated. So I go on their like customer support thing on the website, and I'm like, hey, this doesn't seem right. Maybe got bumped up to 2,000. Maybe I just got to play my 2,000 in there that I have technically. And maybe it's just this 20,000 number. It's just a misprint. And after about 20 minutes on hold with customer support, they come back and like, no, that's right. And you were aware about these, and they quote it, annoying pop-up ads. So I got a little bit mad and I got on Twitter. I messaged their Twitter account, and should I just go ahead and start reading them off?
Speed through it. We don't need word for word.
Basically-
These are paragraphs.
Basically, I started out, said, Dear MyBookie, I just wanted to reach out as a loyal customer and say I'm very disappointed in my experience. Told him everything that happened. And I said, I will never do business with MyBookie again, and I'll be sure to tell all my listeners on Cavemen Media not to trust this website. Hope you can sleep well at night knowing you just screwed a 22-year-old guy out of $2,000. And they come back, sorry about you're confused about the rollover requirement, but we have this annoying pop-up on the site where you enter a promo code that clearly explains the rollover requirements. No, you didn't, because I wouldn't have done it. And then finally I go back, I'm like, I've seen nothing about a rollover ad when it came up, but I'll take your word on it for being annoying. And then basically I get nowhere with them. They basically just keep telling me that the ad popped up, you knew what you're getting into. And I was like, no, I did not. You guys are taking advantage of my money. And then at one point I got on there, I was like, freaking, what was it? What was my bottom line here? What are you guys trying to do with my money? Pay off Dave Portnoy for speaking the truth about your company?
I thought it was funny how the guy broke down the math for you.
Oh,
Said
my
you
God.
put in 1,000, we matched 1,000,
Yeah.
10 times 2,000, 20,000.
I was like, I understand that part, but where did this come from? That's what I want to know. And at one point I was like, bro, can I just get my 1,000 back? You can keep the rest. This has been a bad experience. And I got nowhere with them. They just kept telling me the same thing over and over and over. And I'm like, I heard of a rollover, but this kind of rollover is just fucking ridiculous.
It's interesting. I just wonder, are they going to make it through this? As a company, MyBookie.
No, there's no way.
Dave Portnoy, he's
I
been
don't think
very
so, at
active
least.
on Twitter. President Barstool with make sure you can get all the money you can from them immediately because they're going to fold soon and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But then you look at MyBookie and they're tweeting regular stuff like, "Hey, who you guys got in the game?"
Yeah, they're
tonight?
still
Blah,
tweeting
blah,
out
blah.
gifts like it's nothing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm interested to see. I mean, they got your money, so it's
Yeah,
not
they're
like
doing fine.
it's not like they're losing money because obviously nobody's going to put
They're gonna get sued.
into their account right now.
Right.
And yeah, obviously lawsuits could happen. It's blah blah blah. So I don't know if lawsuits can happen or not. It's offshore accounts, I think. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what can happen, but it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of weeks. Do they figure it out? Especially with Pat and MyBookie, because we listen to Pat every day.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if they work it out. If Pat starts sponsoring them again, or
I don't think
or
they
what's
will.
going to
I hope
happen.
I don't
And I
think
mean,
so.
I feel bad for his show too, because his show will take a hit from it. Especially since they literally came on every day, hey, welcome to the MyBookie studio. And it's like,
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I listened to an old episode today of Heartland, and they were talking about MyBookie, and I was like, oh, If only they could see the future.
Yeah.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. We'll leave it with that. We'll see what happens. With
The cool thing about
with
like
your money.
Pat, like he was on today's episode. He said, "Yeah, message us if you had any problems." I was like, "Oh, do I got problems?"
Do I have a problem for you,
I think
Patrick?
I sent a novel to their Instagram.
Yeah, they probably fucking Zito opened that, looked at it, and said, "Nope, not today."
You know what? Yeah, I've been through enough this week.
So moving on, Jordan.
Yeah.
We wish you
got,
the best, but
Hopefully, I can get it back.
Next on the show is our favorite segment, Johnny Talk.
Johnny talk.
Newly renamed John Talk.
So yeah,
So
we're gonna have to change the segment to John Talk, whether the segment continues or not, because
Yeah.
somehow he figures out a way to get the news. I thought after last week, I thought
every
that was
week,
gonna be
man.
it. I thought that was gonna be it, but then this past week he went on the Dan Patrick show, and he said that he wanted to change his name. Not like nothing crazy like
Yeah.
Cristobal or anything like
Cristobal. That was my Spanish name.
that. He just wants to simply go by John.
John.
He doesn't want to be Johnny Manziel. He doesn't want to be Johnny Football.
He's growing up, right?
Doesn't want to
growing up.
be. It's about time. But no, he doesn't want to go by Johnny anymore. He just wants to be John. John Manziel.
John.
So we wish him luck.
Yeah, we'll
We
see
wish
how
it- we wish it- we wish-
I wish John the best.
We wish John the best.
Good luck, Mr. John.
Whether it is not AFL, AF, they're done.
No.
So it could be XFL, it could be NFL, maybe practice squad. Who knows? We wish him the best, and maybe he'll do something in the news to get back on our show next week.
I'm say we should try to get an interview with John.
Yeah, well, maybe
Reach
we'll
out to him.
just DM him every single
Slide
day
in his
until he
DMs.
comes on the
Hi,
show.
John. How you doing today?
Yeah, DM him every single day. Be like, hey, we do a segment, Johnny Talk. We need you here.
John Talk, not John.
John. Oh,
John
sorry.
Talk.
John
John.
Talk. John
So he's very serious about it too. It's not like this joke, like being funny.
He's just trying to stay relevant.
Wants to be
Right.
John Manziel. So I don't know. It is what it is.
It's funny.
But yeah, it's pretty funny. So you guys won't care about this next topic as much as I do. I didn't even tell you guys about this, but
Oh, is it another Browns thing?
Jumping a bomb on us
it's
here.
about
See,
my
I don't
Browns.
have this in my
Of course,
notes.
it's about the Browns.
It's about the
Well,
Browns.
Of course,
I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, Fox NFL, they did that big
Did not.
Twitter poll with fan bases and stuff. You didn't see it with
Oh,
a bracket
yeah.
and everything.
Didn't
saw
like
that.
Colin Coward call you guys out for it? Or
Colin,
something?
I'm getting there. Listen. So, yes, this is all about Colin Coward. So, Fox NFL Sports, they did a Twitter poll about best fan bases, and it was literally just a Twitter poll. Round by round, they did it like a bracket style for March Madness. The Browns were a 6 seed. They based the seeds off of your Twitter followers. So, the Browns were a 6 seed. They ended up winning the whole thing. Just fan votes. That's all it is. So it was for best fan base. So the Browns won. Not a surprise to me, but Colin Coward came out and he doesn't agree, which is no surprise with all the crap he talks about Baker.
Yeah,
all
I
he
was
talks
about
about
to
the
say.
Browns. All the crap he talks about Browns fans and the coach and the owner and the GM and blah blah blah. So like I said before, I used to be a big Colin fan. And that is out the window. Out the window. So he came out, he released his top 10 for best fan bases and doesn't have the Browns in the top 10 at all. Not even in the top 10. He has Pittsburgh number 1.
Yeah, I don't like this guy anymore.
So obviously he's just trying to throw shots at the Browns. He's trying to continue the drama. He's trying, it's getting him views.
Yeah,
The Browns
that's what I
have
was about to say.
a huge fan base. The more he talks about them, Baker has a huge fan
All the
base.
people who
The
watch
more
him
he
are
talks
Browns
about them.
fans.
So the more he talks about the Browns, the more he talks about Baker and all that, the more he's going to get out of it. And it's working great for him, don't get me wrong. But he threw shots at Baker, calling him a baby. He threw shots at Odell, saying he didn't want to be there. Baker fired back, obviously, of course. Did you hear about this?
No.
So he called Baker a baby and said that Odell doesn't want to be there. His sources say Odell doesn't want to be there, blah, blah, blah.
If Odell didn't want to be there, he would not be there.
Right.
So then Baker comments back and says, hey, why don't you come out here to Cleveland and ask Odell himself if he wants to be here? And then why don't you find out if I'm a baby or not? So
Trying to fight him.
So
He's trying to
so
fight him.
they're going back and forth. The Colin says, hey, now I didn't call you a baby like an infant. I was just saying like you're a rookie, second year in the league, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, Colin.
Yeah,
you're just
just
trying to
stop.
continue the drama. It's a war at this point, back and forth with the Browns and Colin. It's fine. It's a good time. It's fun. But you're not going to win, Colin. It's fine. So overall, my point is, it's BS. He just wants views. He knows darn well that the Browns have a top 10 fan base. and that Pittsburgh should not be number one. The fact that he put Pittsburgh number one just shows even more that he's trying to tick us off as Browns fans.
Yeah, he put Pittsburgh number one over Green Bay. I was like,
I think he had Green Bay like 4.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. I'm like, Green Bay fans are just.
He's like comparing ticket sales and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, that don't mean nothing.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything. Like, the Browns went 0-16 and 1-15. Like, come on, people aren't going to come to the games, whether you're a Pittsburgh fan or whoever you are. I guarantee if Pittsburgh goes 1-15 or 0-16, it's going to be the same thing. It's like that across the NFL. So, overall, it'll be interesting to see what Colin has to say when the Browns do start winning games and make wins down the stretch, and whether they make the playoffs or the Super Bowl in the next couple years. It'll be interesting. When the Browns do prove to be a top NFL team and a top fan base, what his comments will be then when he can't deny and can't argue and talk about the past. So, very interested in that.
And that's been this week's edition of Browns Talk.
Yes. So,
before we move on from football, did you see who the Bengals might get in the first round?
who?
There's a couple.
Haskins.
Well, Haskins is one. They really like Devin Bush, from what I hear from my sources, and that's my sources are
ESPN.
legit. Unlike Colin Cowherd. No, I got a source on my phone. He tells me everything that's going on.
Okay.
But
All right.
they want to go defense. They're looking at Devin Bush, but if Dwayne Haskins is there, don't be surprised if the Bengals picked Haskins.
Yeah.
And I would not be mad about that, to be honest.
It'd be interesting if...
It'd be cool.
yeah, I mean, I love Dwayne Haskins, obviously. He's an Ohio State Buckeye.
Right.
It'd be very unfortunate for him if he went to the Bengals. I'd feel bad for him, but I'd wish him the best either way.
Better than the damn Giant.
Right.
Yeah.
At least he's coming into like a running game and like weapons on the wideout.
Yeah.
Like, people are sleeping on us this year. I mean, I get it. Like, we were bad last year. And, you know, you can stop that, you Browns fan. You were, what, 1 game in 2 years and now you're happy? Like, calm down.
We got 2 last year against you.
And the
Yeah,
last
since
how many
when?
years?
Like 2002? We've been whipping you guys for like 3 years before that.
Enjoy it while you can. Talk about the past all you want. Just do it. It's fun.
I don't want to talk about the
doesn't hurt
past.
me
I want to
anymore.
talk about the future.
It does not
Because
hurt me
Zach
anymore.
Taylor time's here and we're about the ball.
Okay.
And that's how I'm going to leave it at.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
You can move on. I can move on. All
You
right.
can move on, man.
You guys want to talk NBA?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Playoffs start on Saturday. Just got the regular season ended on Wednesday night. Shout out to Luke Kennard. He's going to be in the playoffs for the first time in his career. The Pistons make the playoffs.
Let's
They're not
go.
going to go very far. They play the Bucks the first round.
Yeah, they're
number
not.
1 team in the NBA. So interesting to see fellow. Yeah, that's my golf. Yeah.
Cody
Today,
just got 12 notifications.
the Masters.
from
Cody's phone just blew up.
The Masters
13
started
notifications.
today. I got a lot of favorite golfers out
That's
there.
hilarious.
Ooh,
14
Masters started. I
notifications.
forgot
Yeah,
about
so
that.
I love the Masters. I love the Masters.
Who's your
But-
favorite golfers?
Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, JT, obviously Tiger Woods.
Oh, if you're not rooting for Tiger, what are you
Tiger,
doing?
Tiger.
Tiger. I don't know. I like Dustin Johnson. I like all of them. Dustin Johnson. I just like watching, especially in Augusta. That course is so beautiful.
Surprised you're not a Phil Mickelson fan.
I love Phil. Phil. You see, he fired back and confirmed the Jake Owen story that we talked about last
That's
night.
hilarious.
Yeah. Back to the NBA though. Sorry.
Right, sorry.
So yeah, season ended last night. Dwayne Wade retired. Dirk Nowitzki retired, which is crazy. Like those guys have been playing like our whole lives almost. Like I mean,
Right.
16 years, 17 years. Those guys have been in the NBA since we knew sports. Especially Dwayne Wade. He's one of my favorites of all time. One of my all-time favorite players. Back to when he played at Marquette. My dad was a big UC fan, and they were in the same conference. So Marquette, UC played 2 or 3 times a year. Started following him then. Went to Miami. Followed him there. Obviously blew up even more when LeBron went there and they won the championships. He won the championship before that with Shaq. So I love Dwayne Wade. I look forward to what he does after his career. And then Dirk Nowitzki too, retiring, going out together. He was in tears on the court last night before the game started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's part of your life for such a long time, and then that's it.
Yeah.
What do you do next? You know, but they got plenty of money. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out real quick.
But the playoffs are starting. A lot of good matchups. I think the Eastern Conference could be good down the stretch. I think the Western Conference is going to be good from the get-go.
Oh, no doubt about that.
From the
Western
get-go.
Conference is ready to go.
It'll be interesting. I hope I like to root for OKC. I'd like to see Houston and Golden State meet in the second round, and then maybe OKC and the Warriors in the finals, semifinals. But I don't know. I think this could be the year that the Warriors don't what is it, like three-peat at this point?
I mean, if you look at all the
How confident
NBA
are you as a proclaimed Warriors fan?
As a Warriors fan, I am like
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You guys gonna keep dropping that stuff today? Now for the Warriors, there's just no one that can really stand up to them this year. Like, it's just been a weird year for the NBA, but the one thing that hasn't changed is the Golden State Warriors being good. And this happens every year. You guys are like, oh, the Warriors, they don't seem like they're that powerful. Well, it's because the regular season's boring. The real basketball time's here, and the Warriors are they'll probably not lose a game, to be honest. Not with freaking
Very bold.
DeMarcus Cousins in
Come
there.
on now.
I'm just saying, like,
You think they're not going to lose a game from the first
would
round
not-
until the championship?
I would not be shocked if they did not lose one game.
If they do not lose an entire game and go on and win it, I will never in my life watch the NBA again. And I already don't watch a lot of games.
I think this is the toughest path that they've got to the finals. I think it's going to be very, very tough. They start with the Clippers. I think they'll roll past the Clippers.
Easily.
Maybe 4-0, maybe 5-1. Clippers steal one here or there. But going to the second round, I think they're going to end up playing Houston.
That will be a fun one to watch.
So I think Houston's been hot. James Harden hot, killing it. Averaged 36 points a game this year. 36 a game.
Still not worried.
It's all right.
You know how it goes
You
every
guys.
year. The Warriors are just gonna walk into the finals.
If they, I think the Rockets will be the toughest test for them in that.
by far.
It'll be the quarterfinals.
The Rockets are the only team that makes me sweat. Besides that, it's like,
But my thing is, they play 5 games, say, against the Clippers. Then I think they go 7 with the Rockets if they make it past the Rockets, and then they'll probably play the either the Nuggets or the Thunder. I think they play the Thunder, and then I think they take them to 6 games, and the Warriors end up making the finals. At that point, I think they're toasted. They're going to be so beat because I think the Bucks or the Sixers are going to get through the East, and they're not going to be as worn out as the Warriors are, and they're going to take it. If they even make it. I think the Rockets win it all. I'm all in on the Rockets.
sure, we might have to play some bets for NBA.
Let's do it.
Then we'll have to think of something.
Cody's doing pretty good this week in bets.
Yeah, 2-0 in the last couple days, so no biggie.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out a new website to make some bets though.
Yeah, JordanVersusCody.com.
That would be a great website. Just keep a track of all the bets we win, like all the
Tell
tellers.
everybody follow.
Let's see if it's taken.
Yeah, we'll see if that's a website we can steal.
If
A domain name.
JordanandCody.com is taken, like
Jordan versus Cody.
Jordan versus Cody.
Cody.
My bad.
.com.
Is it open?
It is.
Drum
Hold
roll,
on.
please.
Cody has very bad Wi-Fi. It is open.
Yeah, let's go.
So we'll steal that domain name, Jordan versus Cody. That way everybody can follow all the bets that Jordan loses to me. Whether
Already
it's
talking
NBA,
smack.
NFL, a lot of it's going to be a lot of L's.
I can't wait to check it at the end of the year and see all the L's you're gonna take.
Jordan.
NBA and college football, man. That's my specialty, man.
All right, moving on. Let's wrap up the show here. Let's talk about, real quick, one last thing. What did we do last weekend? We went to Trevi's show.
We did.
We went to Yellow Springs.
Down there in Yellow Springs.
We traveled out there
Hold on.
to the
Side
Yellow
note,
Springs.
You can get JordanVersusCody.com right now for $12 a year.
We'll talk about that off air.
We want to split that $6 a year.
Anyway, yes.
So we went to the Spirited Goat. Me,
Spirited
you, Jordan,
Goat Coffee Shop.
your buddy Kyle.
Yep.
A lot of West Carrollton grads there. It was a good time. Trevi killed it on the stage. He did 2 sets. We got an interview in between. If you didn't check that out, it's on Facebook somewhere.
It's on Twitter.
It's on Twitter. You're right. It's on our at Cavemen
We do
Media on
not
Twitter.
have a Facebook page.
It's on my Facebook,
Oh, yeah.
personal Facebook.
Facebook is dead.
Cody Way.
Twitter's dying. Instagram's thriving.
Yeah.
I think Facebook's doing just fine.
For
older
what's
generation.
above? Say, what's above the millennials?
Yeah.
Like Generation
Gen
X
X,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. They're nowhere near Facebook.
Anyways, we went and saw Trevi, played some great music. He covered he covered John Mayer, he covered Ed Sheeran, he covered Weezer, and then a lot of his own songs that he's written. I look forward to all the new stuff. He's got a show next week, the
Tuesday.
The 16th.
Yeah, 16th.
The 16th at MVP Sports Bar. I'll be there. You'll be on your way to Florida.
Yes.
Me and the wife are gonna go check him out. Make a little date night, I think.
Cool.
So we're gonna go see Trevi. He's got great stuff. He said he's got new stuff coming out today. I think Jordan, you saw that?
I saw that on Twitter.
He said in a few weeks.
In a few weeks. In a few weeks, he's got new stuff coming out. Look forward to it. He's great, man. He's a great dude on the stage, off the stage, in our studio, just hanging out as a guy. He's a great dude.
He definitely killed it Saturday too, especially since how hot it was in there.
Yeah.
Oh
Man,
my God.
It's
He
a
came
little,
back
it's
from
a
like
little
his,
place in there, and it was packed, and he was sweating, and he was still.
I was burning
pushing
up
through.
just sitting there watching him. And
Yeah.
then he came down after his first set and was dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
Finally, the one guy there, the owner, I'm pretty sure, he went and opened up the door, and there was just like an instant change. And
You heard everybody go,
all simultaneously. We
The
all went.
spirited goat.
I think Trevi even
It's an
stopped playing to
interesting
go.
place.
We got to talk about who popped in there.
Senora.
Senora Ulrich.
We gave her a business card, so she might be listening.
Spanish
She might be
3.
listening.
I had her for Spanish 3 only.
So did I, Spanish.
She's
I didn't
great.
have her
I
at all.
did not go past Spanish 3.
She's a great gal. She was great in the classroom. She was great hanging out at Spirit Go too.
Yeah, that was awesome seeing her.
Yeah, it was great catching up with her.
It's
we
weird to
gave her a
see-
business card. Hopefully she's listening.
It is
Senora.
kind of weird though, like seeing like a teacher not in so long and then not just out in public like that, especially
just
at the
hanging out.
Spirited Goat.
Yeah,
and
well, she
Yellow
lives out
Spring.
there in the Yellow Springs.
Oh,
so.
she does.
She looked at
Yeah.
Cody. She said, "Oh, guys, yeah, you have to remind me. Who are you?"
No, she was very excited to see me.
You were.
Yeah.
I was sitting right next to Cody, and she finally figured out it was Cody, and she's like, "Oh, Cody, what have you been up to?" And I was like, "Oh, a lot. If you haven't been paying attention."
See,
And the whole time, like Cody's talking, I'm like, I can't wait for him to mention he has 2 kids.
Yep, it's
Finally
been a
does. She goes,
busy time. Yeah, she remembered me. She remembered me and Taylor getting
Yeah,
together
so
at
she
the end of high
remembered
school. Yeah, pretty crazy. Crazy they have so many kids, but they still remember.
Right.
Maybe not each and every one, but most of them.
I feel like just about every teacher wouldn't remember me. I didn't really stand out in any class.
No.
I had a teacher back in elementary school. I went back there after like senior year to like talk to the kids of then. And this lady comes up. She goes, "Hey, Jordan, I just want you to know that you've been like a true inspiration for like all those kids," or something like that. Like she was just giving me like not like that. Time out. Let me rewind it back. she basically was just complimenting me, saying like she was like proud of the student I became, and I was like, "Thank you." And I walked away. I was like, "Who was that?"
You were there every single day from kindergarten to senior year.
Hey, I get there
That's
on
dedication.
time. Dedication, man. Inspiration right there.
You're there on time, but the amount of work you put in is iffy.
Hey, I put in enough work.
So we do want
Yeah.
to reach out to our fans real quick, right? We want to get some recommendations. We put it out there on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We want to reach out to you guys. We want to know who you guys think we should get on the show next. Who should be our next interview? Who should just come out, hang out in the poker room, and inspire us with their thoughts on sports, on life, whatever it is. Tell their story. So we want to, whether it's yourself, whether it's somebody you know, or whether it's somebody you think should come on the show. Let us know. We've got a guest list building at this point already, so we got a few things lined up. But if you want to be on the show, somebody that wants to be on the show, let us know. We'd love to have them on. We also we got a few suggestions that maybe we should do more than one episode a week.
Right.
We don't know about that. Maybe we don't want to overdo it.
Right.
But we'll put out a poll, see what everybody thinks, whether we should do 1 or 2. And we'll see whatever you guys want. We appreciate you guys following the show at Cavemen Media on Twitter, Instagram. Interact with us. Let us know what you think. Give us feedback, whether it's good or bad. We hope you enjoy. We hope you follow along with us with everything that we do with Cavemen Media and in our personal lives. Anything to add to that, Connor?
Nope.
No? Alrighty.
Follow me at Real Conor Gray. That's all I got.
Follow me at Jordan Lees.
All right, guys. We appreciate you listening to the show. Like I said, it's Spotify, it's Apple, it's Google Podcast, it's YouTube, Connor Gray on YouTube, Cavemen Media on YouTube. Connor's got plenty of video work if you need video work. We appreciate you guys listening to the show. Like I said, follow me at SportsStatOhio on Twitter and Instagram, and have a great weekend.